Hello, I'm Mike Blackwell from Mike's Wild World. Today I'm venturing into a totally unknown area to me. I've only seen it on a map, but I'm working my way down to a supposed stream, probably a spring area. It should be nice and cool, and I needed to check that area out. And what really appealed to me was to be able to show you the lay of the land around here. What I'm seeing is just right through the woods here. You can see the sun shining through, but there's a bare spot here. And if I pan on down, you'll see this looks like a water run. That's exactly what it is. There's not a creek, there's not a lake or a stream or anything up here. This is all high ground. But if you pay attention to the land around you, you will begin to see where the water takes its cues from and runs downhill. I'm going to a creek, I'm going to a spring. That's going to be at the bottom of the mountain, or the bottom of the landscape, so to speak. I'm going to follow this water run straight down this hill. That is a water run. It's washed everything out. If you're trying to find a stream or even water to drink, that's the way you want to find it, is look at the lay of the land. You might still be a ways off, but every time it rains, that water goes downhill. That's where you want to go. Okay, I'm out today looking for mushroom species. This is something new that I've been trying to work into to identify various different types of mushrooms, because I really like the ones that you normally buy. But wouldn't it be better to collect your own? And I've come across some here. Now I've stopped for a few minutes, and I have guides in my small backpack that I have, and I've looked at everything in the guides. I don't see anything which positively identifies this mushroom. But I'm going to take a look at it because I think I know what it is anyway. I'm just going to slice off some here. It's such a soft white. I think it's oyster. I'm just going to say that straight up. I'm going to go right down the shaft here. Probably cut a little easier this way without whacking my finger off. It seems to have ridges, but at the same time they look like gills, and they go all the way down the stem. And they actually have stems. Take that one out of my way. The bugs are really enjoying them. They have individual stems like those. And let me sheathe this thing. The beast. Okay. I'm gonna move in here. I don't care if you see me. I want you to see the mushroom. It's absolutely gorgeous. Very soft and pliable. Look at this. I'm gonna pull this apart, and it looks like you just bite into the thing and eat it. But I think that's probably ill-advised, and I don't know what it is. They are gills, I'm thinking, and but they run down the stem. I think it's an oyster mushroom, very edible, but I don't know that for sure. And I could have just handled a deadly species, and now I'm going to, grow an extra arm before I get home or something. So. These get to stay in the woods. I do not have an accurate identification, so if you don't know, let it go. Okay, remember how I told you about the following the land downhill? I want to find the water. And I know there's some springs and creeks in here. I've seen them on the maps, but I'm not exactly sure where. It's not a topographic map, it's just a general map of the area. And so I've been following that land down. I've seen no running water, but I've seen the indicators of that running water. If you look behind me, right in here, you can see all the ferns that are growing here. This place is just moist and wet. And I'm down inside that ravine now. I'm going to show that to you. Right there. And that's what that little run from up on top of the hill has turned into. So I know these are gully washers, or washed out gullies, so to speak. And so if you follow this on around, the first thing it does is that it dives off this cliff into a beautiful stream of clear water. I really enjoy finding fresh streams that are not polluted. So I'm going to go up this stream a ways and find out where it comes from. And then we'll head back down that way. Amazing to see crystal clear water. Around here where I'm at, most of the time it's just so ugly. I already see fish in here. This is a good resource. I really like box turtles. I think they're just really neat creatures. But you look at him. It's neat. If you take the time to look, the forest is full of life. I'm the only thing that doesn't belong here. Yeah. It's a rat snake. Fairly harmless to me. A rat wouldn't like it at all. There is the creek bed. There went a frog. It goes right down through the middle of the woods. What I find fascinating about it is, you know, the level of the woods. It is level on both sides. So this is an erosion path that over time, just like canyons and other places, has cut its way deep. I like this part right here. At high water, you can see how much water there would be. It would come up into the banks. We're talking 5-6 feet of water easily down through here. It doesn't look like it overflows. That's an interesting part about it. I don't see anything that says it overflows. You know, whenever I see things that I think maybe somebody else hasn't never seen before, I really want to take the time to show it to you, and that would be this tree. I want to show you the stump here. This is a pine tree that has fallen, and it landed right between these two birch trees, right into the crux of it. It's holding it up. Man, if that would have been a big boom, but it didn't break. See, it goes on for another 60-70 feet on out in there. Now, what happened to the tree? Well, you can probably see right here. Is that sap or is that a bug? See, but there's these pine beetle holes all in it. I'm pretty sure that's what that was. And I didn't think this tree would be down recently enough. I'm sorry about the camera. So let's see what this is. What is that? Okay. So that looks like rosin. So this tree still has something good going on in it. This will be lighter wood. This tree will be amazing for starting fires when it finishes decomposing. And then even this part that gets pulled up is beneficial to the forest. And I'll show you why. Anytime you expose new earth to the forest, it now has a new opportunity. And the root system obviously is in a place where the pine trees are growing down in the soft spot. A lot of water in here, very moist under my feet as it is now. You see all the ferns, and that's just a really good indicator of continuous moisture. But now that this is opened up, it doesn't seem to be that long ago because nothing has started growing in the pit. See, it's still all just mud. And these roots were all dead. That's the reason why the tree was able to be blown down in some type of windstorm. Probably didn't take a lot to get it there. A tree here that has actually gotten to another stage of decomposition. This is a huge tree. It's not pine. That looks like oak, or yeah, I'm pretty sure that's an oak tree. Maple, maybe. And it has died. The bark slid down the tree and made this pile. Just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's see what we got. Yeah, see, that's a shingle for a primitive shelter, right there, right there. The forest does provide, if you know where to look. In an attempt to refresh myself, we've got a little bit of shade from the sun. Some clouds have come overhead. Like it might even shower, but it's not supposed to. I'm down by a creek, it's right behind you, and I'm sitting here actually cooking bacon. This is a portable stove. It's an alcohol stove is what it is. You might see a little licking flame there, but what I've got is just a cup, and I've got some bacon down in the cup. And we're just letting it fry up in its own juices. I don't normally do that, but today was an in-out kind of day, and thought I'd take advantage of it. Also have some bacon-infused cold coffee. That's because I stirred it with the same spoon I just put in there. But it's so hot today I don't need hot coffee, so it's cold coffee. The bandana that you might see now is a cold wrap. Put it in the creek water. It's pretty cool. Put it around my neck. It makes me feel a lot cooler. And just my bag, my hat. I kind of eked out a little place here to sit. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat this bacon, and I think I have some bread in here. Seems like a pretty good day. I hope you can see the little stove there flickering. This is the second time that I've used it off of the initial opening. It's just an emergency stove. It's something you get in military surplus or whatever. Alcohol type stove. And I've had it sealed up for a long time. Lit it back up, and it's cooking away here. So I'm extremely excited about being able to carry a portable stove that I can get 2 or 3 cookings off of in a situation like this. Normally I would just build a fire, but it is so stinking hot. Get out. Might be a black bear come running through here in a little bit. I saw earlier where they had been eating a lot of berries, apparently, when the berries were still out, probably a week or 2 ago, and then they defecated all over the place from the berries, so it was interesting. I think you should see more of what I'm doing here. I'll cut this in, having a cup of coffee. And there's the bacon. And then here's the view that I had. So you were sitting on the rock, and here's a little stream. And we are recording. Let's try that with the cloth. You know, here's the difference. I brought food from home. Now, if I was in a survival situation, I wouldn't have this. You got to start thinking about what your resources are. Well, around me, first of all, before I sat down, I made sure there was no contact dermatitis type plants like poison ivy, poison oak, poison sumac. I've never even seen that around here, but people say it is. But right away, as I was walking, I saw muscadines, or wild grapes, as some people call them. Hickory nuts. I got one in my pocket because a squirrel chewed all the hull off of it for me, and all I gotta do is crack it. So that's gonna be good. But other than that, yeah, burn it. You know that's really hot. It's really hot. Hickory nuts and wild grapes. And I'm eating bacon and bread. And that's the kind of deal that, you know, we get dependent upon, is the things that are prepared for us, basically. And we take them with us, and we run out and we stay a day or two and we go back. We never really tested to find out what we know about what's around us or how to live off the land. And I've been noticing today, you know, things that I think would be edible. The real test, of course, is have you ever done so? And that's what my quest is, to look for the mushrooms, to be able to identify them, to be able to find plants that I can forage on. And that's going pretty well, except for today I'm eating bacon. And still pretty warm. Bacon and bread. Because tomorrow It's my birthday. And I might say this is my gift to me. Be here in the wild, eating pig and bread. I wish you was here. I'd share my pig and bread with you. Of course, I'd encourage you to bring your own, you know. So, yeah. Anyway, when I get through here, we're going to pack this up. We'll head out. We'll see what else we can find today. Oh, Gemini crickets. This is a patch of something. I think it's mycelium. I think it's the spreading of bacteria that will eventually fruit a mushroom. But I don't know that for sure. It's just my idea, since I don't see any mushrooms here. It might be a large concentration of bear scat. I don't know. Oh, here's a little feller. Look at the little feller. He's sticking out. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, Lord. And I thought you was a big boy. He's all talk. Really nice forest, though. Some of the trees obviously were left when this was logged out years ago, and I don't know how long ago it was, but it has been a protected area for some time. But here's one of the big trees. Now I'll try to give you some perspective on that. I know it looks kind of weird when you see it that way, you know, but I'm gonna stand inside the little thingy here, and you see it's so much more way over there. So yeah, big tree. Lesson learned. I thought I knew exactly where I was at, and that's a mistake to think that. I didn't take a bearing reading appropriately at intervals, and now I've gotten lost. I've been heading in the wrong direction, and part of what tells me that is the topography changed. There's a highway somewhere that way and one that way, and if you're really quiet you can hear traffic for a very long ways. So I did some serious looking with my map I do have and taking a bearing as to where it should be. My best effort was to head towards what I knew would lead me to a highway, and then I could scope up or down to find where I'm parked at. And I'm hot. I'm a little overheated. It's in the high 90s. I've got water, but I'm almost out. But what I did find was by taking bearings, stopping, checking, I was able to come back into an area. Looks like this. And I've seen those cans earlier today. Somebody's trash is my salvation. You know, it's not like I didn't know I could get back. It may just take a lot longer. In 97, 98 degree weather, in the heat of the day here, the sun shining, I'm out of water. I'm old. You know, there's a few things stacked against me, and I could overdo it really fast. You know, you get excited, you start moving a little too fast. You know, the deal is, I'm relatively sure right now that where I need to be is right up here. But what if, just what if I was going in that direction and didn't know it? And on my map, there's nothing in that direction for a long ways. So, my heart's pounding. I don't know if it's the heat, the struggle, or the old age. So anyway, I'm heading up that way, and we'll find out where we're at. Okay, I might be in a little bit of trouble here. I take a few steps, my heart races, and it's not calming down. That might be that I'm too hot. So I'm just going to take a break, and while I'm standing here, right here, there's a large pile of rocks, but they're not really just rocks. These are cut stone from an old home place, apparently. And you can see the squareness, particularly down in this corner. And I'm going to point to it kind of right there. Yeah, let's get a little closer. See? And it is my weakened condition that thinks this was once the chimney of a home that stood in this place. Has since fallen. My heart's starting to recover a little bit. Pretty warm. I just got to go right there, but it is amazingly hot. A breeze. Thank you for being with me. I think I'll make it to the truck. If not, you won't see this. I'll be vulture bait, or I can't think of a better way to go than just being out here doing what I like to do. A few people would miss me. You know, it's kind of the way it is when you're gone. You know, they say their byes and epithets and blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden say, okay, well, let's go back to work, you know. Old Mikey bit to dust, you know. Yep. Well, that's the way it is. So anyway. Here we go. I'll let you see my journey. My journey as it unfolds. All I see are pine trees. That's all I see. Let me see where I'm going. Okay, looks like it's back that way. And we'll try to go through here. Now the reason why I'm going through here is that there's nothing but black briars in the other direction. I should have drawn a map. It's one of the biggest mistakes people make is when they think they know where they are. I'm not going that far, just a mile or so, reverse direction. And then you end up in a scenario where it's high noon, so there's no real reference for the sun. And sometimes even I get lucky because I am right back where I started, but it could have went really south. I'm going to stop. The heart's pounding again, and I'll call this done. And thank you. Check out again on Mike's Wild World. I'll get it posted sooner or later someday if I live that long. Bye. Okay, I do know where the truck is. I can't walk more than about 100 feet without just feeling really bad. So I'm gonna lay here for a minute. It's not dehydration. I'm not sure. I've had plenty of water. I'm just overheated, I think. It might have been the bacon. Heart rate's good. Let me see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's kind of right there. We're gonna let that calm down some more. Then we're gonna walk to the vehicle. feeling better now. See, that's the thing you're supposed to do. Pay attention to your body. I could have kept on pushing, but you never know when it's going to overtake you. You have to stay in control of your situation, or I could just be out. You just pass out and there's no control. So remember, when you're not doing well, admit it to yourself and find a way to fix your problem, okay? It should be okay. Just don't push it too far. Know when to say, I've had enough. There's no macho going on here, okay? We just need to make sure we treat ourselves as well as we would treat somebody else, and that means slow down, stop. Whew. Thanks for watching. It's nice, isn't it?